Bugger, I glued this fence on and unfortunately forgot to turn the camera on. So I'll just quickly go through what I did. I used super glue, glued the fence on, much like this will be glued on like that. There's the alignment holes there, mainly designed to keep it 90 degrees, not upright vertical, but more so 90 degrees to the runners. Then I had these support braces, small ones, which I then glued there. That is more so, with that one, not so much to keep it perpendicular, but just to give it more stability. This one here, they're designed to give it stability and keep it perpendicular. That's why these are much bigger than those little ones. There's also one for the middle here, which will act as both the support and also, if my maths are correct, the blade should come right down in the middle of that. So it'll give some sort of a blade guard. However, failing that, I can always print up a couple of these and just glue them next to it to give it the blade guard support. Now these, I'll put that aside, are designed to, those slots there, they're really designed to accept stop blocks, using these T bolts running the channel stop blocks. There's two holes there, one for the bolt and the other one's going to be a 1/4 inch dowel to give it perpendicular stability as you move along, otherwise it can tilt this way. But if I put a 6mm dowel in there, it'll run. These stop blocks are about 1mm, or actually 2mm shorter than the height of the fence, so it'll give you a clearance of 1mm under and over, which also means you can flip it either way. That's the intention. To keep these together, I will be using alignment dowels, 4mm, and that's it. I did have a flaw in the plan. I had this little doobie that came out only because in the SketchUp I allowed for the curve of the saw, and I didn't delete that. I just cut that off with a box cutter, and that's it. It's like here, you can see I've got the gap there, but I had the little doobie dangling down there for some reason. Okay, I'm going to get some dowels and then continue, hopefully. Got my 4 bits of dowel, spread some glue out. Spread it out with the silicone brush for all it's worth. Don't mind getting it in the hole, because actually that's where the dowels are going to go. Bit on the dowel. And I've done the stupid thing again of sanding down the wrong side of the dowel. Hang on, where's my dead blow? when I say the wrong side, only because this is the way that's got to go in. Whoops, do it the right way, make sure it's aligned the right way. Now, just to hopefully make sure it's square. And look, just a couple of clamps. 1, 2, 3. Oh. No, not going to make it, so we'll go this way. Oops. Come on. What am I after? Jeez. Bit of. Oh! This'll do, hopefully. There. Okay, now it's time to let the glue dry. That's why I suppose I do like playing with super glue. Hopefully there's not too much squeeze out. Or if it is, I just have to scrape that off. What else? Oh yeah, I need some 6mm dowels for these now. Not 6mm, 1/4 inch. Fortunately, when I got involved with T&J models, I bought a lot. I'm one of these idiots that believes in consumables. So I bought a swag of dowels, and therefore I have got 1/4 inch dowels as opposed to the available 6mm. Which reminds me, I better start getting on to making some of my T&J models so I can use up all that bloody stuff I bought about 5 or 6 years ago. Because unfortunately it's easier. Back in those days shipping was relatively cheaper. Wasn't cheap, it was cheaper. And it's easier to buy in bulk than outside of bulk. Okay, so what do we have to do here? If I go this way, I will now have the length I need. Oh boy, how do I... Oh, I'll have to do that later, trim that off. This way I've got my 6mm, or sorry, my 12mm. Just easier to do it this way. Pardon me. Now have I got... No, they go on the other side actually. Those two holes aren't exactly centred. There's a little bit more bias on the hole that takes the bolt. So, yeah. Actually, talking about bolts, I don't know whether this will... Yeah, I might have to grind that down a bit, or will I have, no, it comes in the other, it's alright, don't worry, don't panic, I'm not. That's done, waiting for that to dry. My camera off, why waste film? I started gluing up the front and then realised I didn't have the video turned on. I've turned it on. I'm using PVA with tight bond for these, just to give it a bit more depth of grip, if you could call it that. I would have preferred CA because that is easier to control, but I suppose I can always sand and scrape this, as long as I make sure I have a decent gap, or sorry, flat surface at the front. Yeah, as I say, I do like the fact that PVA has probably a greater tolerance for not sticking, but filling in gaps than super glue. At least that's my thought. Okay, now make sure I have this going the right way. That's in. Let's get this clear, although I will admit I can scrape it later. It doesn't look too bad. What I'll do too is I'll put this little beast on. I don't have to worry too much about this, only because, oh sorry, I'm doing this off camera again. Now, which is hang on, I'll do it this way. Now that should, if nothing else, force 90 degrees. Should. As in, when I say 90 degrees perpendicular, which it seems to have. So I can come back and clean that up later. Now these side bits, that goes in there. Now look, I'll put some glue in there as well. Oh, damn it, sorry guys, way off camera. Not that it matters. Well, I don't mean it that way, it does matter, but it's only just glue up. Look, I'll do the other one off camera, I mean, trying to fit it in and all that sort of shit. Oops. Well, I'll leave the camera on, but I'll try not to speak. Make sure I've got it the right way. Oops. Just slip in there. Yep. Yep. Should add some clamping force to it, but I don't want to go overboard. I'll add it over the... Oop. I don't want to pull this out of alignment. Still seems to be okay. Oh shit, I hate gluing up. Yep. Alright. Off for a drink while that dries. Back now, hopefully the glue has dried. Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. I expect that to be down. I probably should have sanded this just to make it slicker. I will be buffing it, but in fact I will go and buff that. But before I do, where's my, there it is, this little, make sure there's no glue residue there. What else do I need to do? Nothing there. Well, that's going to be a bit difficult to sand. How the hell, I need a block to block that up. I'll go and get something. Moved to this piece here. I've just got a block of wood there. Should have done this long before I glued it up, but that's it. couple just to smooth it up a bit, make sure everything is below the level of the thing. I'll go and set up the unit over there.